Oh no. Oh no. Oh my god.
And I definitely won't say that they're the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn. Or that they make your butt look amazing.
Yeah.
Why would I need to do that? But if you said that you want to buy the jeans, I'm not going to stop you. But just so we're clear, this is not me telling you to buy American Eagle
And
jeans.
she's not wearing
Sydney
shoes.
Sweeney has very keen.
You see what I did there, right?
And by the way, the entire context of this is them talking about her boobs, by the way. That's what's being discussed with jeans. Everybody that's not a retard, all right.
The friend that's too woke, because those Sydney Sweeney American Eagle ads are weird. Like, fascist weird. Like, Nazi propaganda weird.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has very keens.
Should we be surprised that a company whose name is literally American Eagle?
I love how, like, the idea is American Eagle is, like, somehow, like, fascist or bad or propaganda. Didn't America, like, fucking beat fascism in World War II? Didn't we get rid of that? What are we talking about here? Oh, my God. Look at her background. It's Pokemon and, like, the ever-changing pride flag that adds a new color every single year. Oh, my God.
Making fascist propaganda like this? Probably not, but it's still really shocking. Like, a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman is talking about her good genes.
Yeah, because of her boobs, obviously. And also she's attractive. And this is something that people might not want to hear, but it's true. A lot of people's appearance is genetic. Like, if you are ugly and you look weird, there are oftentimes genetic reasons for this. It's not because of, like, there's some people that are just fat or something like that. Oh, absolutely. But if people have a weird sized face, especially women with body proportions, these are primarily genetic. And so there are chicks that have huge ass titties. They didn't do anything to earn that. And there's chicks that don't, and they didn't do anything to earn that either. And so the entire idea, that's just the way it is. And so fat fatigue, yeah. America has fat fatigue. We're sick of looking at people that are ugly and displeasing to look at modeling clothes. It's insane. Why would anybody want this? And so, yeah, it's crazy. I don't know what this is. Someone said there are Nazi dog whistles in that ad. Well, of course, right? And that's what it is. Genetics have to do with it, but she works on herself in the gym eating healthy. She shouldn't be ashamed of her hard work to look good. No, bro, like I'm telling you, genetics play a bigger role than you think. They really do. Genetics play a huge role in people's attractiveness, and some people are just born ugly, and that's it. Now, they can improve their appearance, and they can do things to make things better and make it easier for themselves, but in a general sense, they're born ugly. That's it. And that too bad, right? Too fucking bad.
Like, that is Nazi propaganda.
Yeah.
I also am thinking about, like, all of the young girls who are doing their back to school shopping right now at places like American Eagle who are seeing ads like this.
Yeah. This is the person, by the way, who is ruining everything. Do you remember what I said? Two groups of people? This is exactly what I mean. This person right here is a bigger threat to America than ISIS, Iran, Hamas, Hezbollah, all put together, okay? Like, this is the real enemy within, all right? It's true. I'm being serious about this. These people will ruin everything.
Also, American Eagle is mostly a brand that, like, teenagers to, like, young adults shop at, and so the fact that, like, this type of advertising is being used that feels so for the male gaze and so
it is for the male gaze. That's right, because guys like looking at hot girls with big boobs. That's right. That's correct. Wow. Thank you, Lilith. You've given us the insight that nobody else ever had. Wow. Did you guys know that? What a fucking surprise.
Sexualized, like, I just don't like it. I don't like it even a little bit.
Boy. So we got to talk about the liberal outrage over Sydney Sweeney pushing what they're calling Nazi fascist eugenics propaganda in an ad campaign with American Eagle Outfitters.
It sure seems like it worked.
Sydney Sweeney has great genes. Because she has great genes, this is Nazi fascist eugenic propaganda, right?
Of course.
Liberals are very upset over Sydney Sweeney having
It's not even liberals. It's just you'll see. You'll see. You'll see.
American Eagle, their stock has enjoyed a lot of success since this ad campaign, really showing.
Wait, so are you telling me that they put out an ad with an attractive woman that had big boobs and it caused the number to go up? Has this ever happened before? Guys, oh man. Like, I'm not sure if this has ever happened. What? What do you mean you could just go and do that? What do you mean you could just go and put a video game out and then have a bunch of people play it and say that it's insanely good because the characters are hot? No way! They cracked the code. How do they keep figuring us out? They're pissed because they can't fit into those jeans?
These liberals that America's back. And that's what I want to talk about here today, because that's what this is
I'm sure they
about.
sell Forex.
Liberals are upset that non-woke advertising is back, that companies are making money off of not being woke, right?
Yeah.
In fact, trying to appeal to a majority of America. Again.
Yeah, the majority. Imagine that.
Shocking concept in business and marketing. Appeal to the majority of the country, not the fringe left, right?
Yeah, the thing is that, like, and this is the problem, is that we've had society that's been fucking held hostage by these hogs for like almost 10 years now. 10 years we've had to deal with hog oppression. I feel like I'm in fucking Animal Farm. Really? I'm and like for 10 years I've been being sent to the glue factory and I'm fucking tired of it. This is insane.
Anyways, I want to go ahead and play some clips here of liberals losing their minds over this, because this meltdown is probably one of the funniest ones I've seen in
It's so embarrassing.
long time. It's truly pathetic stuff. Take a look.
Sydney Sweeney has officially flown too close to the sun.
Yeah.
And nobody should ever be shooting her bail ever again. Never again. She's shown you who she is multiple times over now. Because, see, everybody seems to have forgotten about / swept under the rug the fact that at her mother's 60th birthday party, they had spin-off hats made of Make America Great Again hats that said, Make 60 Great Again. Not only...
This is the kind of retard that tweets about me. Bro, this that same kind of retard that makes tweets about me, bro. Like, yeah. Oh, my God.
That... her close family was at that party wearing Blue Lives Matter shirts.
Yeah.
Not only that party
So wait a minute. So she's wrong because her family members wore a shirt? And she made a joke about the obviously most popular campaign slogan in he's probably around my age, in our entire lifetime? They made a joke about that and somehow you're losing your mind?
Thrown out a ranch, and that may seem like an insignificant detail compared to the other two, right?
Yeah,
but you couple the aesthetic of the clothing that people were wearing with the fact they actively chose a ranch as a venue.
And also, by the way, why do cops' lives not matter? I don't think there's a problem with saying Black Lives Matter or Blue Lives Matter. Yeah, like, I support both of them. Sorry. I guess this is going to be like a Ludwig perspective of mine. But yeah, I agree with both sides. I think that obviously police officers shouldn't treat minorities badly, and people obviously should care about police officers. Yeah, true. There's no problem with that.
Oh, it's kind of just blatantly saying racism to me. It's saying I'm a conservative piece of shit. That's what it's telling me. And people did the typical thing they do when a white person they like shows them that they are actually a conservative. They say, oh, well, that was just their family. You know what I'm saying? They can't control their family's views. Like, that doesn't say anything about their political tilt. You know what I'm saying? And then CatDany Sweeney came out with the statement, oh, you guys, I just wanted to share photos of my mother's birthday party and you guys made it some insane political statement. No, motherfucker.
Yeah, no, yes, motherfucker. The thing is that these people lose all of their power once you stop giving a shit about them and start laughing at them. That's what you have to do. You have to laugh at these people and never take them seriously. Because if you give these people any level of power, any level of credibility, you listen to any of their grievances, it's like a fucking parasite that gets inside of you and it just infects more and more and more of you before it takes control and it starts running the ship itself and replacing people like CatDany Sweeney with hogs wearing bikinis that nobody wants to see. Except for other people that look like that. And even they don't want to see it. That's why they use filters on themselves whenever they go on dating apps. They don't even like
Make
themselves.
America Great Again hats and Blue Lives Matter shirts at a birthday party. You are making it political. That attire never needs to be worn at a birthday party.
Your phone is not broken. No, that was not AI. Yes, that was a real ad by...
Now, I'm not going to say... That's crazy though, right? I mean, like, we are two, sorry. No, it's three. It's 3 out of 4. I've been 75% right on this one. That's crazy. What are the odds on that? Honestly, I'm surprised it's not higher.
American Eagle
is worse than the Tea League. And I just want you guys to see that the majority of the time that the people that are losing their minds over this shit, it's just jealous, fat, ugly women. That's it. That's the whole thing. That's the entire problem. There's literally like, and I really mean this. There's not a greater social message. There's not anything. It's literally that simple. Brother, look at your chat. What are you crying about because they're making fun of her? Bro, you getting mad? You get mad? I don't give a fuck what people say. Like, unless it's against the rules. I want people to say whatever the fuck they want. I don't care. What do you think? I'm their dad? I don't give a fuck about that at all. Like, I'm gonna let y'all know. The only rules that I uphold are the ones that I feel like upholding and the ones that I have to uphold. I do not give a fuck. If you want to type something bad in my chat, I will ban you because I have to. But on a personal level, if it was up to me, I probably wouldn't. If you don't like what somebody's saying, respond back and have an argument. Have a conversation. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I don't care. You crying, oh, but what about the message in your chat of the guy that said base to the bad thing? I don't care. I cannot even begin to care. Do not give a shit.
Campaign featuring CatDany Sweeney basically boasting eugenics. A lot of people are upset because there's a lot of nuance to this as to why they should be upset. But at the end of the day,
I love how all these people are all thinking about it's because it's that she's white. It's because of her boobs. Like, this is very, very common that people will say that a girl has good genetics if she has big boobs because they are primarily genetic. It's something that you either spawn in with or not. It has nothing to do with her being white in the first place. Like, it's crazy.
This is not surprising. This is who they have always been.
And a nice looking face.
If you've been following my page for a while, you know I believe 3 things.
Oh, God. I believe 3 things. What are they? Let's hear them. Number 1.
A leopard can't change its spots.
So she's against trans people? Huh? See, this is the kind of stupid logic. See, people like this, they love to say this. Yeah, caught? Yeah, oh, wow, there we go.
The North will always remember. And if
the North will always remember. Are you talking about the Civil War? The Civil...
Walks like a duck, talks like a duck. It's spots. The North will always remember. And if it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, it's more than likely itself. And
you mean it's more than likely a duck?
No better example than American Eagle, right? Because I was a teen in the early 2000s, and I remember places like American Eagle, Aeropostale, Abercrombie and Fitch. Yes, Abercrombie and Fitch was the worst out of all of the...
See, you know exactly what it is. You grew up fat, you were out of shape, you had body image problems, and you didn't like the fact that clothing companies put people with aspirational bodies and appearances on those ads. And so now you've tried to make it your life goal to go out and change the public narrative. And also, by the way, I want to say this is a very important thing about this. This is a completely self-serving behavior. They don't really care about this anyway. They don't give a shit about this. This is the same reason why the fat acceptance movement is 95% women. It's about psyoping people into thinking that the way that they live and the way that they look is attractive. They want everybody else's mind to change and to conform around them. So don't ever confuse yourself or trick yourself into thinking, oh, well, actually, they care about equal representation. No, they don't. She's being represented and you don't like it. That doesn't seem very equal at all.
Y2K brands when it came to like ostracizing people. But, you know, Aeropostale and American Eagle were not too far off, okay? They still carried things like a 000. They weren't as inclusive.
What's a 000? Let me ask the internet. What is a 000 in terms of clothing? A style designation for women's apparel that's smaller than the stand. I see. Okay. Right. Keep in mind. So look at what she's saying. She's saying that carrying a size is problematic. This is on her list of grievances. So these people don't want to be represented. They want to remove other people's representation. It's not enough for them that they have a 4X section. No, that's not enough. They have to actively remove people that are skinny and people who are thin, skinny erasure. Yeah, exactly. And this is my point, right? Is that simply having a size, because there are women that are thin. I know this. Look, I've seen them on the internet, okay? I'm not sure, right, personally, but I've seen them on the internet. They're selfish. Yeah, exactly. And this is what I'm saying. Yeah, it was like a video of China.
When it came to their models or who they were hiring. Like, they did a little bit better than A&F, but not much, which is why this ad is not surprising.
It's not surprising.
Starting off the bat, they went in with queer baiting. A lot of people thought they were teasing Renee Rapp and that this was going to be this big campaign.
Who's Renee Rapp?
Promote more inclusivity, but jokes on them.
How is it inclusivity when they don't promote a group of people? Like, I don't understand how inclusivity is promoting the same groups of people. This doesn't really seem like it's inclusivity. It just seems like it's representation for a different group of people at the expense of another group. Like, his logic isn't logic. Her logic, this isn't logic. And that's also a very good point here, is that these people are not using logic. They're just simply advocating for what they want. Renee Rapp is a lesbian singer? I don't even know who that is.
It was Sydney Sweeney.
The words we use are never unintentional, and so for American Eagle to say that Sydney Sweeney has good genes,
if they're so unintentional, then why'd you say If there's never words that you use that are unintentional, why are you using verbal pauses? Did you mean to use the verbal pause? No, of course you didn't. You'd never use a verbal pause if you could help it. It's just, again, it's so stupid.
Is not an accident. So, there's an ad that was grabbed from the internet that said why Sydney Sweeney has good genes. It talks about her, how genes are passed down throughout time from your mother, from your father, and you get your genes.
That's true, by the way. That's by the way, I don't know if you know this, but I bet her parents probably have the same. I bet they're also black. I bet they probably have the same skin color as she does because of their genes. I bet I've got a pretty high probability of that one, huh?
Parents.
Yeah.
Her genes are blue. She wanted us all to know her genes are blue.
Yeah.
And this is not a far cry to say that it is the amping up of eugenics in this country.
I think that's a far cry. I think that's absolutely a far cry to say.
It is the ramping up of...
Yeah, I think it is. It's a bit of a far cry.
Choosing certain models, people to promote certain items that look like what they want their customers to look like.
Can Sydney Sweeney stop?
Yeah, obviously that's the reason why people want it. That's why they use attractive people for Abercrombie and Fitch. It's that they want to look at attractive people. People want to wear clothes and they want to imagine themselves looking attractive. I don't know, like, I don't know what she was knitting there, but hopefully it wasn't clothes for a person to wear, because she obviously doesn't understand the apparel business. This is a problem.
Appealing to the incel market.
Because nobody wants to look like you. That's the reality. Nobody wants to look like you.
They want their customers to look like.
Can Sydney Sweeney stop appealing to the incel market? It's getting annoying.
Wait. Attractive women appeal to incels? Okay.
She just did an ad with American Eagle, which is a clothing company basically known for their jeans. It kind of starts with her zipping up her clothes and the camera moving up her body. It is Sydney Sweeney. She's very attractive. And she's narrating. Genes are important. They discover things like skin color, eye color, and hair color.
Yeah.
Odd. The camera makes it up to her face.
True.
And she says, "My genes are blue," as the camera zooms in on her blonde hair and blue eyes. Not to sound like a lib here or anything, but like, if you watch the commercial, it does kind of feel like they're Third Reich posting.
So first and foremost,
this is the reason why I say that, like, this is the reason why I keep saying that you're going to have, like, a rise of, like, you know, basically another Adolf, like, Nazi thing. It's because they call everything that. Everything is, like, Nazis. Everything is Hitler. Like, if everything is Hitler and everything is Nazis, whenever you have people that are actually Hitler and actually Nazis, people are going to be so fatigued from listening to that, oh, this is Nazis, these are Nazis. Like, it's crazy. They're not even going to be paying attention whenever it actually happens.
Y'all, the ad is apparently supposed to be her selling jeans, but, like, if you watch it, you don't get that vibe that that's what she's selling, like, at all. So, for starters, right, the ad that I've seen, because, again, I'm not sure if there's multiple. I don't even need to see multiple, though. But the ad that I've seen, it's so creepy, and it's so obvious that they're trying to promote eugenics. Like, and I think, again, this all goes to, like, my apparently too woke theory that conservative media is literally overtaking, like, the entire, like, media atmosphere.
Also, now you know how I feel. Now you know how I feel. I had to deal with this shit for 10 years. Yeah, exactly.
So I'm switching the lighting because it's making my concealer look so light. And I promise y'all it is not that light. I promise you. Anyway.
I love how she even recognizes the irony of what she's doing, but she has to address it in the video because it's so ridiculous.
It'll blend out. I promise you. I know what I'm doing. Anyway, so yeah, like when you see it, like it's just like a eugenics campaign.
That's obviously what it is.
Like, of course you're gonna say that the blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl has great genes, and people are trying to say, "Oh, it's just a reference to her big boobs." Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure it's also a reference to that, but let's also like.
So you agree?
100% sure at the same time that two things can be true at once. So it's also about literally the fact that she's a white blonde girl.
Yeah, so you see that, you heard that. Now, again, what is this all about? Well, it's about the fact that they're losing the culture war, right? They are upset that an American company can openly, in their eyes, advertise to white people, right? Because they're basically trying to say...
It's not even advertising to white people. It's like, I'm pretty sure there's plenty of black guys and, you know, Hispanic guys and Indian guys that see that and they're like, all right, I'm going to get American Eagle. That sounds really good. This is not just for white people.
That this is fascist, Nazi, eugenics propaganda, right? Sydney Sweeney has great genes, which, I mean, she does. In that commercial, I thought that the genes were very nice genes. But if they just so happen to be talking about genetics, I think that she has great genes as well, too, when you talk about that. I mean, I can think of a couple of
the reason why they did it.
Big reasons, right, in regards to why she has great genes that should be pretty obvious, right? I think everybody can agree Sydney Sweeney does have great genes. To me, it doesn't matter what those reasons may or may not be, because being white and blonde, right, having blue eyes, that doesn't mean that you have bad genes. Right? Just like
that's what these people try to push, right? That's clearly what it is that they would have no problem with somebody going and saying that if that person shared the attributes that they have. But when a person who doesn't share those attributes says it, now it's problematic. This is the reason why I think a lot of people don't respect this kind of stuff. It's because it's completely one-dimensional. It's not really about any sort of an ideology. I mean, it's just, again, erasing and replacing people that they think are problematic with people that they don't. It's just that simple.
Being black means that you have bad genes, or being Asian means you have bad genes. Like, even if they mean that because she's white, she has good genes, why is that controversial, right? Especially considering how we just lived through 4 years of blackity black, black, black and black, right? Everything is great, right? If it's black is beautiful, right? Okay.
They've been saying this forever. Like, and again, there's plenty of people that are attractive. Like, I don't know. I mean, you go look at my Instagram following, you'll see that I'm not a racist. Okay. And so the fact is, like, it's just and every guy, by the way, 95% of guys are like me.
We've spent the past 4 or 5 years celebrating blackness.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with this company. Not even saying it. Like, they're not even, they're saying it, but they're not really saying it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not even being overt about it. Okay. They're like, okay, a wink and a nod, right? She got nice genes. Basically, the whole point of the advertisement is for people to read into it the way that they want to read into it, right?
It's intentionally provocative. It is. Of course
pretty
it is.
Genius, okay? Which is part of the reason why the stock has skyrocketed.
It did.
Since then,
Wow.
I mean,
Wow. What a surprise.
Ad campaign dropped.
That's crazy.
Eagle got a big boost. But again, what these people are really mad about is that American Eagle, they're not advertising like this anymore. Right?
No, bro. Do you want to know why they're not advertising like this? Is because nobody wants to look like that. That's the real reason. Nobody wants to try to go and look like that. And so that's and it's not about the skin color. That's like such a low IQ opinion. It's the skin color. Nah, bro, it's not the skin color. All right? It's your face, it's your body shape, and it's your size. All right? That's what it is.
They're not advertising to the higher calorie woke women of America, right?
Good one.
They're not doing this anymore. Okay, this is from 2019. Okay, it went from 2019 to them doing this, right? Also, on top of that, they were doing this. Right.
American Eagle ads. Yeah, they had no problem with this. And again, why did they have no problem with this? Well, the reason why is because it's representing people that don't make them feel insecure. It has nothing to do with any ideology at all.
This is what they were putting out there, right? They went from this and this to this, right? I think that's
and they're going hog wild over it. I can see why. I can. It's all about them. And this is one thing that if in order to understand, God, this is going to sound so bad. I'm going to say it. in order to understand most of the complaints that a lot of these fat people have, you have to understand that they are some of the most selfish people on the entire fucking world. They are selfish, gluttonous, greedy, and they only want what they want. That's it. And so in order to understand why they're doing something, you have to reverse engineer what are they getting out of it. How are they getting something out of this? And if you can figure that out, then everything else is going to make perfect sense. No self-control? Yes, clearly, right?
Great. America's back, right? America is
seeing
back.
a TikTok saying it's Nazi propaganda. Yeah, I'll get a few of them on Twitter after this. But after that, there's other things I want to complain about too today. This is how you market to a male audience? Yeah, no, I understand this. And also, that's the other thing too, is that this ad wasn't for you. It wasn't for the fat women that want to, feel good about their size, and so they put another fat woman in jeans on there. This is an advertisement for guys. And also girls that want to be attractive to guys.
Okay? I love it.
Yeah.
Right? I love it. Okay? There's nothing wrong with using skinny white women, right? In advertisements.
Yep.
I'll just say it. I don't think I want to see this, right? I don't want to see this.
I don't think anybody, by the way, if they had done, Halle Berry in this commercial instead of Sydney Sweeney, I feel like nobody would have fucking complained, number one. And number two, nobody would have gotten mad on the other side either. It's just, it's not even true.
This does not appeal to the male gaze. Yes, advertising.
The Beyonce?
When they're advertising clothes for women, yes, they should appeal to the male gaze. Yes, exactly. That's what they should be doing. I don't know why they ever got away from it, right?
Yeah.
Why did they ever decide to pull away from it? Because this has always worked in this country, right? If you want to sell something, okay, this has
still does. This is why I said before, right, is that you can look at the top 100 male streamers and you're going to see some weird, ugly-looking dudes. You can look at the top 100 female streamers and every single one of them is above average attractiveness. Every single one. That's it. That's just the way it is. That's the way it is. And you might not like it, but you look at where the numbers are, and that's what the numbers be.
Always worked when it comes to marketing to the masses, right? It's always worked, and it will never stop working, right? This will always work. So again, hey, I personally believe that this is hilarious, right? Liberals, again, they can see the writing on the wall here. Corporate America, they're actively moving away from DEI. They're moving away from woke capitalism. Okay, they're moving away from ESG. They're moving away from all of that stuff. And
of course,
they're actively swinging in the opposite direction.
Because the only reason why the companies really use that stuff a lot is that for a while, companies like BlackRock were incentivizing it. And they were being misled by advertising groups and by interest groups and by advocacy groups and by HR personnel that this is actually what people want to see. And now that I think that the window of politics has shifted, people are just outspoken about saying, no, we don't want to see this, and that's it. They got funding. Yeah, they would do this for funding. Exactly.
Pendulum has really swung the other way here. And corporate America is embracing traditional American advertising. That's a great sign about the cultural direction of the country if this is what we're getting back to, right? We're getting back to stuff like this. This is a great sign, right? So with that being said, Sydney Sweeney does in fact have great genes, right? It doesn't matter how much it pisses off these liberals. That is a fact. That is an undisputable fact that they're just going to have to live with. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.
I'm going to be honest, man. I think that was a pretty good video. I like this. I don't know who this guy is at all. I'm going to link y'all his video. It almost has 1 million subs. Holy fuck. And this was really good. I liked it a lot. And I'll link it to you guys right now. And W video, I totally agree with everything he's saying, by the way. I absolutely do. And I think he's great. Yeah, I'll give him a sub as well myself. And there it is. You want to boost your stock price? Hire Sydney Sweeney? Well, I mean, and there are a million other attractive women that you can do this with also. It's not like there's only one person that's able to do that. This is something that's generally true. If I can find it, Sydney Sweeney. Bro, it said leak. Oh, God. Okay. And so here we go. And this is the fall 2025 campaign. Yeah. Right.
Sydney Sweeney has very keens.
I can see why they're mad. Yep, I can absolutely see why they're mad. 100%. And they're crashing out over this. Let me see if I can put in Nazi. I'm sure this will really come up with some really great ones here. Yeah, there we go. Dude, the T app leak. This was absolutely devastating. I don't think that people realize how damaging this really was. Because now everybody had an idea that this is the case. But, like, now it's in a database, and you can see it, and everybody's there. Absolute fucking cinema. Yeah, they deserved it. I think they deserved it, too. Absolutely. But, hey, you go on an app, and it's all about sharing people's personal information, and against their consent, by the way, and or not even, maybe not necessarily against, but without their consent. And guess what? Now you get your personal information shared without your consent, and you're crying about it. Sorry, guys. I think that's karma. So anyway, we already knew it. They just proved it. Yes, bro. It is... This meme, I think, will last for a very, very long time. There it is. The Sydney Sweeney American Eagle ads are Nazi propaganda. You're a fascist. You don't agree. Yep, there we go. A scary Nazi just for posting. I don't know what that is. And what is this? Remember when they say Nazi, then white people look nice? Oh, I think that's something totally different. And oh God.
So despite being in a very deep, debilitating depression rut to where I've struggled to do anything else other than lay on my couch. So despite being in a very deep, debilitating depression rut to where I've struggled to do anything else other than lay on my couch, I felt like this advertisement was too important not to talk about, especially in the political climate that we're in, so let's talk about it, because this is literal eugenics slapping everyone in the face, and...
Trump is going to take care of you, all right? We're going to open up those asylums. You're going to have a really, really nice padded room you're going to live in. And you're going to be healthy. You're going to be okay. You're going to be fed. They're going to give you clothes. The clothes, you'll be like this the whole time. And everybody in the whole world is going to be better off because of it. This is perfect. Like, see, I told y'all guys. This is what I'm saying. We got. I think we found ourselves 2%er here.
The reason why I say this so bluntly is because the only people that I've seen actually call this eugenics and say what needs to be said about this advertisement are disabled people and women of color, the two demographics of people who are literally the most impacted by eugenics. Because any other video that I've seen
I love the implication. I love the implication of that. Oh my God. What do you mean by that? What?
About this advertisement have talked about the comparisons to the Brooke Shields 80s Calvin Klein ad, or have talked about how boring, how vanilla, how overly sexualized Sydney Sweeney is in this advertisement. Yeah. And I just want to say, as somebody who has a deep special interest as an autistic person in digital media literacy, and somebody who has extensively studied digital media literacy in my Master's of Education program, this type of propaganda, because that's what this is a piece of propaganda that will be written.
Everything is propaganda because they're trying to get you to do something. They're trying to make you think or do something.
About in history books, because it's that bad. But this literal piece of propaganda
Wait, what?
Propaganda that will be written about in history.
Wait, she thinks this is going to be written. Oh, I see. This is more self-aggrandizement, delusions of grandeur. So this is what a lot of people like this do, is that they have this idea that they're on the right side of history, and this inflated sense of self-worth and self-value, because she's talking about like the fact that she got some degree or something like that. Nobody cares if you have a degree. There's plenty of stupid people with college degrees. Having a college degree in something like, I went to college, there's full of retards. There's retards everywhere in college.
Books, because it's that bad. But this literal piece of propaganda that is being shielded by sex appeal to divert and distract from...
And here's the reason why, by the way, like, I'm not... Like, I respect degrees that people get, like, to a degree, ironically, right? Well, like, especially whenever you get out of STEM, you have to understand that these education systems benefit when people graduate. They want you to graduate. They don't necessarily care whether you have like a certain level of awareness or anything like that at all. They want you to graduate, and they want to be able to keep processing you through classes so they can make more money.
The message, to cushion the blow of the message, that is deliberately by design. Because this message of, you know, her saying that everything that she has is attributed to her genes. She's not talking about her blue genes. She's talking about her genes. And then saying that hers are blue. She's not talking about her blue genes. She's talking about her blue eyes. And then saying her eyes are up here.
Why would she say that?
Like, it's not a coincidence that this message is being delivered by a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman.
I've had enough. Let's go to the next one. I've had enough. Yeah, this is just crazy. I'm so lost. Yeah, exactly, right? The irony. Yeah, and also, by the way, look at her. Yeah, she's a blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman, too. It's so ridiculous. Yeah, she didn't write the ad. Well, yeah, I guess not. But anyway, it's from a crazy person. Yes, oh yeah, let's all sit down and listen to the opinions of a person who is rocking back and forth like they need a fucking straitjacket. This is a 2%er, boys. We've got ourselves a 2%er running wild in the world right now. So yeah,